Welcome to Ken's Corner Podcast, Season 2. It's time. Are you ready? Now here we go with your host, Ken Judge.
Hey everyone, today on Ken's Corner, I got my special guest. It's 6'2", 265-pound Tully Bertorelli. I've waited to say that, and now I've announced a wrestler from Chicago, Illinois. How are you doing today, sir?
Pretty good. I also reside in Tullywood, California, but yeah, I'm my home base right now is Chicago.
That's great. It's awesome to have you here. Thank you so much. It's an honor.
Thank you.
I want to start by asking you my first question, and is, can you tell us what Tully Wrestling Vision is? What is Tully Wrestling Vision?
So what's Tully Vision?
Yes.
Tully Vision is essentially punk rock Hulkamania in a nutshell. It's very much the 1980s throwback with the heavy hitters like Brody and Hanson and Gordy, just an old school brawler with an attitude. So like, do you ever see the movie Rocky Horror?
I sure did. Every Halloween.
Remember Meatloaf's character?
Definitely.
Imagine if Eddie from Rocky Horror Picture Show kicked through the wall and he was a professional wrestler. Or think about Chris Farley if he ever walked into the ring and just like went nuts. Yeah, it's very punk rock Hulk Hogan is what I best describe it. And the throwbacks, because I love like old school wrestling.
Awesome. Now, you've gone under many monikers. I've read a few. Let me see if I can find a few. Loverboy, Bonsai, Big T. Can you walk us through a couple of these and what they mean to you?
Yeah, so Loverboy was one of my old monikers. I used to go by Loverboy Tiberius Tang. And what my moniker was, I used to wear a wig. And I'd not let the fans know it was a wig, but I played the whole pompous, like Gorgeous George, I'm better than you and everything like that. And in the middle of the match, somehow my wig or my hairpiece will fall out of the middle of the ring. And from me talking crap to the crowd, especially to the women with their luscious locks of hair, I used to say that was my beautiful hair and everything like that. My wig will pop off and I realize I'm a bald human being. When I was Baron von Brexit, that's a name that you probably saw on the list.
It was.
That was pretty much my uncle, because I'm half British, actually. My mom is from the UK. That's my uncle's favorite wrestler. So I used to joke around and say I was your uncle's favorite wrestler. But basically, if you put a British dictator and put him like Colonel De Beers, because this is back me being old school wrestling, take Colonel De Beers if he was British. Mm-hmm. So instead of the apartheid, he's more a British dictator. Bonsai was a one-off. I did a kabuki gimmick once where I did the whole kabuki gimmick and I managed a guy, Wild Man Beast, and I dressed up in kabuki. So I had like the kabuki makeup and everything like that. There are pictures online. I hope I don't get canceled for saying that, but it was fun. It was like a one-off.
That's great.
Big T was mainly like your big Bubba Rogers type guy. He was your enforcer. I was just playing a bodyguard. So, and then with that, there was Tully Monster, which was another big monster, Tully Mustro. I once did a gimmick where I was called Iho the French Cactus, which was a play off of my late great friend, French Cactus, Ricky Wildman Wyndham. He used to do a mask character. So we did a joke once where I played his son and I dressed up as his gimmick. So when he essentially wrestled himself, but the fans were like, oh, they look the same. But this is before I had like my tattoo sleeves were done. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't work today because like Ricky and I have different body types. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun with different monikers because like when I was breaking in, I always wanted to try different things and try to think of different names that would stick on the wall, like Tedrick Tower or Chuck Tower or like Big Red Tower or anything like that. And just see what happens, see how the crowd react to it. And I've recently discovered becoming Mr. Made for TV because my good friend John Bullard, who owns Chicagoland Championship Wrestling, he's the one that coined me Mr. Made for TV, because he's like, dude, you've worked in television before, you've been in movies.
Well, this is a couple of things I'm going to ask you. If I sorry to cut you off, I will get to
Yeah.
Mr. John Bullard because I do want to ask you about John. He came on here and did a podcast with me, and I was very inspired by how CCW started. And we'll get to John Bullard, but I want to talk about your television career a little bit. Can you give us a little insight into some of your time on TV?
Yeah. So if you look up me on IMDb, I've actually I got into doing stunt work for television and film while I was studying improv at the famous IO Theater in Chicago. And it was really funny because I was trying to be a comedian. I did fun background work. Actually, if you see the movie Divergent with Shailene Woodley and Theo James, I'm a lot thinner in it and I don't have a beard, but I'm in that movie throughout. I used to make a drinking game out of it, but I don't drink anymore. But I'm in that movie like 50 million, like 17 times. And then I did fun background work for like Chicago PD. I once played an Aryan Brotherhood member on a show called Crisis as a background actor. And then I remember I told this one guy on set to be quiet, and he turned out to be a stunt guy. And I got to meet the guys in the local Chicago scene here that work on the television shows like Chicago Fire and all that stuff. And I got some cool opportunities. So I got to work on shows like Chicago PD. I got to be on shows like Fargo. I got to be on shows like Empire, and Power Book 4 Force was like the last thing I ever did as a stunt performer before I transitioned more into the acting side of things and doing more talky bits. Like I've actually just one of the movies I'm in, Jump Scared, the movie. It's a comedy film. It's on YouTube. I'll send you. I'll try to find the link for you. But we just won a LA Film Award in February for best parody, and I played the killer. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's a movie called
really cool.
There's a movie called Chicago Rot. That was like my first movie I ever was in. It's on available on Tubi. I don't know if you guys in Canada have the Tubi app.
I believe we do.
Yeah, my music, and also I get killed in that movie. I'm the first kill, which was pretty cool. I have to do like my interpretation of the William scream, which was pretty cool because I was getting shanked in the back of a van. I was also. Do you guys ever heard of Drunk History with Derek Waters?
Drunk History. I'm not sure off the top of my head, sir.
Okay. I
will look it up though.
Yeah, I was on a Chicago episode. I talked about my Abe Lincoln tattoo. I'm actually one of my famous clips on YouTube, which I always tell people to Google if they ever want a fun Mother's Day laugh. I was an audience plant on the Steve Harvey show, and I asked Steve Harvey if my mom could be a good wingman. So if you want to YouTube that, that's Yo Mama a Wingman. And you see me without a beard, but like I'm playing a 30-year-old. But when I was really 25 in real life at the time, they wanted me to up my age. And I asked Steve if my mom could be a good wingman. He chose me out on live TV. And it's my mom's favorite Mother's Day gift, actually.
That's amazing. Now we're going to, sorry.
No worries. I just want to plug in the newest thing I'm coming out in is this movie called Weekend Getaway. It's going to be my first actually movie with dialogue. I play a character. It stars Madman Fulton from Impact Wrestling. So big shout out to Big, Fulton over there. He'll be in it. I can't tell you who he is in the movie or our relation, but you just got to be. It's going to be in theaters probably in the next couple months or probably next year. They haven't told me yet when it's coming out, but the trailer's out if you want to look up Weekend Getaway as well.
That's amazing. Thank you for plugging that here. I really love to hear that, and I will be looking for it. Cool. As should my fan base. Please look up that, everyone. My next question, Tully, is about John Bullard. Can you give us a little insight on Mr. Bullard in CCW, Chicagoland Championship Wrestling?
I'll tell you this. I mean, you interviewed him. You definitely have seen the man and talked to the man. Dude's awesome. There's a few people that I considered a friend in this business, and John is that. There's people that are like brother, and everything like that, but John and I probably talk on a daily basis because, like, we shoot the shit. Sorry to swear, but like
That's okay.
But like we have so much in common that we talk. Besides wrestling, we talk about movies. We talk about, TV shows. We talk about music. He's just a genuine good dude, but also he's a motivator for all of us, and like, here's a guy when, I was about to like exit the business yet again, because it was just, I relapsed in life with my sobriety. And I told him like, look, man, I don't think I have it. I don't want to do it. And he's like, you know what? Yeah, you are. And I'm like, all right. He's like, I'm thinking about starting this company. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you want me to like help out backstage, help with the ring, and he's like, no, I want you to be a wrestler. Like, I want you to show these guys that you can do what you can do. So essentially he just like put a fire up in my, and like,
Yes.
and it just motivated me. And I asked him like, well, what name do you want? Do you want me? Because at the time I was going as the 11th one of the world, Tully. And that was just like another throwback for the, the of 80s wrestling. But like, I asked him like, so what do you want me to do? And then he told me, he's like, I want you to be Mr. Made for TV, Tully Bertorelli. And I'm like, okay, why don't I just be called Made for TV? He's like, no, Mr. Made for TV sounds more of up your alley, because you're so hooked on the 80s nostalgia factor. Like, it'll work. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, I got the name. What am I going to do with it now? Like, I got to think of something. So one day, while I'm watching, thinking this name, Simpsons come on, and it's Phil Hartman, and Troy McClure comes on the screen and says, "Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might see me on such pictures as, blah 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 and blah blah blah." And I thought to myself, hi, I'm Mr. Made for TV, Tully Bertorelli. You might have seen, and it just clicked. And
That's
then the
great.
persona clicked. And then the character clicked. Okay, I know who I am. I'm an actor entering the world of professional wrestling. I've been on stuff such as this. So it's really funny when I do these, I wrestle and everything like that, and I play the bad guy. I have the fans legit get on their phones and like Google me. Because like you said, you Googled me and you see the facts of truth. It's like, yeah, this guy has an IMDb. Holy cow, this guy's been on stuff. So it's really funny, like after like the show's done and I'm talking to the fans are like, oh, I thought this was like a gimmick, man. I thought this was like, it's a part of me. I've done stuff.
That's amazing. That's great.
So
everyone get on those Googles and start Googling up Mr. Tully Bertorelli. Did I say? I probably didn't say it right that time.
No, you said it
Bertorelli.
Bertorelli. I get
Bertorelli.
I get Bertolli. I get Baronelli. I got one time I got confetti, and I'm like, how the hell confetti with my name? But yeah.
My next question, because I am Canadian, and I know you've had some interactions with him. Actually, he helped us get together here today. Let's talk a little bit about our Canadian champion, Magnum McLaren.
Oh, I love the kid, man. He's a star in the. He's a star. He's a dime in the rough. Like, I'll put it this way. I'm calling out the Canadian heavyweight champion, but like off the record, the kid's awesome. Great kid. He's got a bright future. Also, his like twin brothers are holy cow.
Wow.
And like Magnum, telling you, like in a couple years, this kid's going to be this. People will remember the face of what Magnum is. I have nothing bad to say about that kid, except I want to get in the ring with him before it's too late. Yeah,
you'll put him to a test, I'm sure of it, sir.
Yeah.
I've loved to hate him and hated to love him, so he does his job well up here in Canada. I've had a lot of interesting interactions with him, and I will again soon. So thank you for your kind words and your insight on Mr. Magnum McLaren.
Yeah, of course.
My next question is, where can we find Tully? Where is your social media?
So you can follow me on Instagram at Tully Bertorelli. That is the only social media that I'm allowed to give out. I do have a Facebook, but it's personal, so please do not try to add me. Instagram is the way to reach out to me, and if you message me, if you follow me, I will message back. I will follow back. I adore my fans, even though if I'm playing bad guy, I still love you to death, even though you hate me.
And my last, I'm going to end with today's Ken's Corner. I was wondering if you have an upcoming match, if you have a message for your future opponent.
Yeah, so I have a match. Actually, I have some matches coming up. I actually have a match this Saturday in Inkster, Michigan, against the one and only Kenny Steele, and that's for Super Indie Pro. And like I said before, the Tully viewers are going to be watching, just like the people in Inkster, Michigan are going to be watching. And he better be training hard and be taking his vitamins, because I'm ready. I'm training hard. I hope he is too.
Thank you, Tully. I'm Ken, of course, and I'm on Ken's Corner. And today I've been honored to be on with Mr. Tully Bertorelli, 6'2", 265 pounds, all the way from Chicago, Illinois, and I believe a bit of California, as he spoke of.
Tullywood, California, where I also reside. So
it's been an honor, sir. Thank you so much for being on the podcast with us today on our show.
No problem. Thank you, Ken.